How many times you watch some drawing tutorials and you don't have any idea how to create the custom brushes? Well, don't worry, in this video we're gonna create an ink brush. I don't want to simply give you a pre-made brush that you can use right away. Well, I'll give you the brush of course, but my point is that I want you to understand how to create your own brush in case you need it. It's a good skill to have. Okay, it's very easy. Let's get started. Start a new square document with dimensions 50 by 50. Leave the resolution by default pixels per inch and color mode RGB color. Background contents white. Create. Now the first thing we need to do is to create a round shape. Press M in the keyboard to open the elliptical tool. If the shape appears to be square, go up here, right click to open the second menu. Then you can choose the elliptical tool right here. Now find the center of the document. It doesn't have to be perfect because later on Photoshop will detect only the shapes with black color. Find the center and hold Alt and Shift. That way the shape will grow from the center. Excellent. Let's fill it with black color. Set the color to black and press G in the keyboard to open the paint bucket tool and fill it with black. Now go to edit. Click define brush preset. Let's call it beta brush. Click OK. Okay, we need to make final adjustments to the brush before we call it ready. To do that, we need to create a new document to test it out. Okay, 1920 by 1080. Landscape orientation and leave the settings by default. Now press F5 to open the brush settings. Go to the brush tip shape and I suggest to keep the roundness here to 100% because when we draw circles, the shape will appear clean as possible. Go to shape dynamics and bring the size jitter to 0%. Change the control here to pen pressure and bring the minimum diameter to 0%. And the final part is to add a texture effect. This is important because it will make our brush look crisp and professional. Leave the texture type here by default because it doesn't really matter for the ink brush. Well, as long as the mode here is set to height. Now the settings here, brightness and contrast, bring to the left minus 150 and minus 50 and remove the texture each tip mark. Bring the depth to 100%. Now final, go here to brush tip shape and set the size of the brush to 4 pixels. Here, set the size to 4 pixels. Alright. And now finally, click down here the create new brush icon. And call it ink brush. Okay. Perfect, we have a brand new ink brush that we can use for everything. Now let's go to the next video.